Hey guys, Hakeem here, back with some more Magic. We're still playing the Esper artifact deck. On the draw, looking at 2-lander with a turn 2 Glaze Fiend. We don't have the third land for any of these cards up at the top, but at the very least we can play a capsule and trigger that Glaze Fiend on the turn after we cast it. Would probably rather cast a Master, depending on what colors our opponent's playing, but I think that's a keep on the draw, definitely. We've got an Arcane Sanctum, so we've got all our sources, and we've got a couple of turn 2 plays, so looks pretty good. Playing against PT Charlie Bravo. He's on 61 cards, starts with a Nomad Outpost, which I believe is a Mardu Triland. Yeah. So let's get the Arcane Sanctum into play. So I picked up a Mirrorsmith. So I honestly, I believe that the best turn 2 play in this deck, and Mega Beast, Mr. Tom Downey from the comments is gonna hate me for saying this, but I think Mirrorsmith is the best turn 2 option in this deck, because if you play a Glaze Fiend first, you need to cast artifacts to keep your triggers up. Whereas if you cast a Mirrorsmith first, then your Glaze Fiend can trigger it, and all the Mirrorsmith tokens that will then trigger it, so you can double trigger your Glaze Fiend and make up for the lost tempo. So that's what I'm going to do. He's just played a Seaside Citadel, so we're probably going to play against some kind of weird control brew here. But anyways, let's just get the Mirrorsmith into play. And if he's got a shock and he aims it at the Mirrorsmith, well then that's one less shock for my Glaze Fiend. Seeing as this is the card that's really going to win me the game in a lot of cases by getting buffed up and dealing a pile of damage in the air. So now he's played a Rakdos Guildgate and a Child of Night. So that's a 2/1 life-linking vampire for 2. So he's going to do that. We're just going to play another island here, because I want to play basic, because I want to play the Fiend, but I also want to make a token. So yeah, we're going to get the Glaze Fiend into play. Mirrorsmith's going to trigger. We're going to make a 1/1 and get the Glaze Fiend into play. Go on over to second main. And not attack, because we don't want to trade that off with the little vampire. And something really strange is going on here with my computer. Just 1 second. And now it's time for an important public service announcement. So one thing that I did yesterday that I haven't done before was, since I'm playing around with the video editor, I inserted a little quick 1-minute blurb with an updated deck list in front of a gameplay. So it was something that I wanted to try since I was fooling around with the video editor. I mentioned that the changes I made to the Esper artifact deck were based on conversations I had with some friends, and primary among those was Mobius Chicken Strips. So I just I kind of glossed over it yesterday, never really mentioned it. But today, I wanted to take some time to point that out for one specific reason. Mobius has started up a new channel, and he's just started uploading. If you read the comments at all, you know Mobius. If you used to go to the Wizards forums or NGA at all, you'll know him from there as well. So basically, all of this is a channel here on the YouTube app. He's got five videos up so far that you can take a look at. Definitely go on over and check him out. He's just starting a new channel, but he's putting out content daily, and I think he's pretty excited about the prospect of keeping it going. So he's obviously a really good player. You've seen him on my Dueling with the Colonel series, which currently only has 1 episode, but we're looking to expand that library. So going back to the artifacts, basically we had a conversation, and it was him telling me all the things that were wrong with my deck, and I just picked the things that he did. So when you go over, you'll notice that he has an Esper artifact deck tech here on his channel, and he's going to be uploading some gameplays. So it might look at first, when you look at it, it might look like Mobius is playing my deck, when in fact it's completely the opposite. The deck that you're being interrupted on currently is me playing Mobius's artifact deck. So definitely get over here and check him out. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your wife, your pets, your all that sort of stuff. And yeah, get over there, give him some subscribers, give him some views, and just make sure that he's interested in putting out some more content. The more subs and the more views, the more he's going to want to put out some gameplays for you. So definitely check him out. And now we'll go back to your regularly scheduled content. All right, that was pretty weird, but anyways, now we're back in the game. So we're just going to pass it on over to PT Charlie Bravo, and see what he does. See if he's got any removal, or if we can start triggering that Glaze Fiend a couple of times per turn and start swinging with a 4/5. That's the ideal scenario. So he's going to play a Sigil Paladin. So that's a 2/2 first striking exalted. So if he attacks here with his 2/1 lifelinker, it's going to get buffed up to a 3/2 lifelink. I'm actually going to take that for now. I'm not going to trade the Mirrorsmith with that. I'm hopefully just going to... I'd like to pick up a basic land, to be perfectly honest, rather than that tap land. So I've got a Vapor Snag, actually. That's pretty good. The Vapor Snag is pretty good. So, just got a message here from Mr. Megabeast. I'll check that out later. If I tap out for Master of Ethereum, I don't trigger the Mirrorsmith. Well, I do. I don't have the mana to pay for it, and I don't have Vapor Snag open. If I play the Courier's Capsule, I'll trigger it, but if I pay for it, I won't have Vapor Snag open. So I think what I will do is play the Capsule, hold up the Snag. I think that's what I'll do. Do I want to hold up the Snag yet? I really think I do. Although, no, I'm just going to get the extra artifact token actually, and then I can double block his Vampire unless he puts down another Exalted. So I'll take that chance. I'll play the Courier's Capsule here as a 2-mana trigger. Pay the 1. And that artifact off the Mirrorsmith triggers the Glaze Fiend. And then the Courier's Capsule will trigger the Glaze Fiend again, so now I've got a 4/5 flyer. And let's attack with that. Although he could attack with his 3/3 First Strike. But I really don't care. It's the lifelink that bothers me, because that's going to hurt me in the race here. So, so there's the 4. And then let's just pass it over to him, see what it is. Next turn is going to be Master of Ethereum. And buff everybody up. I will probably hold up the Vapor Snag then, because I don't really need to create a token, since I'll get one trigger on the Glaze Fiend, but I'll also get the +1/+1 bonus on it. So I probably won't pay for a Mirrorsmith trigger next turn. Depends on if I pick up a land or not. But I really would like to cast Master and just hold open the Vapor Snag. So see if he's got any auras or any other shenanigans here. No, he's just going to play Erase the Alarm. I'm fine with that. It's just a couple of tokens on the ground. And I will gladly trade my 2 artifact tokens for that Vampire if he goes for it. And he is going for it, so that's going to be 3/2 lifelink. He's going to gain 3 life, which is unfortunate. But I'm going to kill it. So let's just double block here. Excuse me. And let's see what happens. We picked up another Master of Ethereum. Okay, so Tower Gargoyle is pretty big, but I'm going to play the Master. And I'm not going to hold open the Vapor Snag anymore. So I am going to pay the 1, and let's get the trigger. Pump the Glaze Fiend up to a 2/3. Then the Master's going to land. It's going to be a 3/4, and then get another trigger up to a 5/6. So we're doing a ton of damage in the air here. So here he is coming as a 5/6. Another Master next turn is going to be pretty brutal. And that might be the direction that I go in. Although, is he in Planar Cleansing range? Does he have 3 white mana? Let's have a look. He does not have 3 white mana. He only has the 2 on his tap lands. He just put a 3rd source into play, though. So, I mean, it's hard to say if he's playing that or not. He's got lots of red. So, I mean, Anger of the Gods is another potential thing he could have. Excuse me. So, I'm not sure what the play is here if I just jam more Masters. Because I will get to trigger that... Glaze Fiend and give it so much power that it'll kill him pretty quick. He's going to play an Angelic Edict here. Where's he pointing it? He's pointing it at the Master of Ethereum, so that's exiled. Never to be seen or heard from again. So I can't even get it back with the Sanctum Gargoyle. It's just grayed out over there, all nice and lonely. So I think I'll probably cast the other one. He's just going to come in here for 3. I will definitely just take the 3. I'm just glad the lifelink is gone, because I think I can win the race with this Glaze Fiend, seeing he has no air support. The fact that he spent some spot removal makes me think, probably not going to see a sweeper, but we'll see. We shall see. Picked up a Swamp. So now I think I play a Tower Gargoyle instead of Master of Ethereum right here. So I'm going to play, although I could play, I don't need the Vapor Snag right now, so I'm just going to play Tower Gargoyle. Trigger the Mirrorsmith. Buff up the Glaze Fiend, been down this road, and then this land. So this is what I'm talking about getting Mirrorsmith into play on turn 2. You just get the double triggers, and your Glaze Fiend is the 4/5. So we'll do that. And hit him there. Perhaps I should have attacked with that token. I think I'm the beatdown right now. I probably should have turned that sideways. Probably a little bit of a misplay there, but we'll see if that matters. Now he's tapping out for Sheoldred, Whispering One, so I got lots of food I can feed to that, but it's got Swamp Walk, and I've got a swamp in play, so that's actually a fairly decent clock. Got the Vapor Snag to delay it, though. So I'm going to have to sacrifice a creature, so there goes one of my artifact tokens. And his Sheoldred triggers on his upkeep. Yeah, it triggers on his upkeep, so I'm not going to pass it back to his upkeep. I'm just going to bounce it now, so he doesn't get anything back out of the yard. I don't even know if he has anything in there. But I'm just going to do that, and then I'm going to play a Master of Ethereum to buff up my army. And Do I pay 1? See, I can't see the battlefield. I wonder if that point of life loss off the Vapor Snag will matter. But actually, triggering here will do more damage since it triggers the Glaze Fiend for 2. So here's the Glaze Fiend trigger. Here's an army buff. And here's another Glaze Fiend trigger. So we've got 10 in the air. So yeah, he's down to 2, and we've got a pretty wide board here. He's in a bit of trouble. We got a 6/6 master on the ground, pair 2/2 tokens. Mearsmith is doing a lot of work this game. Right on turn 2, bitches. Got to play it out. Got to get it out there first, because then there's 31 artifacts in the deck, and they all just keep triggering her. Got to 5 mana too, which is I think the sweet spot for this deck as far as being able to afford Mearsmith triggers. Deck can operate on 4 or 3 if you get an Ethereum Sculptor into play, obviously, but we haven't seen one of those here yet. So it is a Battle Grace Angel, so that's going to gain him some life. That's 2 Exalted triggers, and he's got his first strike guy. But I've got a Master of Ethereum here. So, I mean, if he runs it in to gain some life, I'm just going to block it with my 6/6. Will I block it with the 6/6? He's going to gain the life no matter what. I think I just sacrifice a token, and I don't leave myself open to a shock or a righteous blow or anything like that. Yeah, I'm just going to sacrifice the token here. Actually, I don't even need to. He's going to gain the life no matter what. I'll just take the hit. Just take the hit for 4, and I'll swing everybody at him next turn. Turn everybody sideways. Vapor Snag is Angel. So, okay, that's perfect. Let's cast an Esper Cormorants, trigger the Mearsmith, pay for it, and trigger the Glaze Fiend. Land the Cormorants. Cormorants are good here, thanks Mobius. Very, very good suggestion. Very good card here. And there's no green for Fog, there's not enough mana for Safe Passage or anything like that. Let's just turn everybody sideways here. Could Vapor Snag the Angel, but I don't think I need to. Both my flyers are bigger. Got an 8/8 Master, a couple of tokens, Mearsmith. It's got to be enough. He's just going to take it and say, there it is. Yeah, so, Mearsmith and the Glaze Fiend is and I drew both Masters of Ethereum. Plus the big old Tower Gargoyle. Cormorants was a 4/4 on that board. I mean, deck's got legs. I gotta say, deck's got some legs. Really like it. And the addition of Vapor Snag gives it a little bit of interactivity and just gets some shit out of the way just so you can get your flyers to bash them in the face. Alright guys, thanks for watching this episode, and we'll see you for another gameplay tomorrow.